All right, got another tutorial here. Had a suggestion for a tutorial on workflow, arranging workflow. So this is what I do, and I would say that arranging workflow is probably it's way more of what I do than actually getting to write beats. I would say arranging workflow and mixing and mastering, those are the two things that I end up doing the most as a producer. Okay, so, and a lot of this stuff, this is all going to be on your off time, like I said, when you're not writing a beat, or in the evenings when you don't have time to or something. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so first off, if you haven't already started developing your user library, this is the place that's going to be the easiest to access and kind of like fine-tune those special sounds that you want to know where they are. So this immediately, probably if you're not already at this point, you can see that I have all of my different sounds in different folders, and these are actually all you know, in a folder that I've got in Finder as well. So this has all been separated there, and then I can add them down here where you can add folder. Right, so I've got all of my individual sounds, and then if you even go into percussion, you know, I've got all of these different sounds the way, you know, so I can quickly find whatever I need. So that's organization, I guess. That's, in my head, that's arranging workflow, I think. So some of the next things here is going to be designing drum racks if you're not already doing that. Where are we? Drum racks. So one of the, doesn't really matter. I was going to try to get my current one. I think this is one of my current ones. So what you can do is have all this, and I actually need to update this. At some point I'm going to make a download of a drum rack that's already tuned. If I get enough comments, I will totally make that available for download. I'll put out a pre-built drum rack so you can just drop your own sounds in. It's going to have all the EQs, compressors, limiters, everything you need to do with the levels kind of already set and matched. But basically, that's what I've already got started and going on here. I built this as a 128. If you're not aware of those, I can make a tutorial on those. What that essentially means is that each of these pads has 128 sounds in it. So I've got 128 kicks in there. Got snares, right? Well, not in this scenario. This is a fine-tuned kit, so I've kind of just found the particular sounds that I really want to be in here. And yeah, so what I've gone and done on each of these simplers and samplers, and this is another tip which I want to point out separately real quick. So for instance, if I were to drag in a drum rack and I were to go over to percussion and grab a clap, drop it on here, you see how it immediately loads up with all these pre-mappings and everything? It's a really cool one. So what you do to do that, see here, it is under, let me see, is it presets? Defaults. So it is, yeah. So you would go user library, defaults, dropping samples, and on drum rack. And so the way this works is what you would do is you would go up here and grab a simpler sampler, whatever you prefer to use, come in and custom tune. So if you Command G, you can group it, and then you'll get this option for a macro, and then you can go in and you can macro all of these things, so that way it's easy for you to control particular. You've got, you know, 8 here, and you could keep grouping and adding more, but so this way you can just kind of grab the few things that you're going to always be messing with. So once you've designed your sampler the way that you want it to pop up every time on your drum rack, what you do is you take this sampler and you drop it in this folder. I've already done this. You see it says instrument rack. So I'm not going to do that now, but you would do that with the one you want, the way you want it to be, and boom, it'll pop up every time. Now that's helped me a lot, to be honest. Okay, and then so when we get into here, like I said, I've got all these set up so I can quickly manage them. I do need to go one step further. It's like continual, like I said, that's the most I do is workflow and arrangement. Is I need to come in here and I should have like EQ. See, I've got some of it going on. I just haven't. I thought I had a. Yeah. Oh, I do. Oh, I actually do have a lot of things going on here. I just need to fine tune it. So yeah, basically I would just have another a compressor and a limiter on there as well. So that's how to have like a nice drum rack ready to go. Templates, I've got a whole tutorial on that. That's definitely, I won't cover it here, but I mean, that's obviously part of workflow. Okay, I'm gonna say that this is a part of arranging workflow. So I did that with a drum rack, and now I've got my 808 sampler that has essentially the same thing. In my template, my 808 track loads up with like the tuner and everything, so I can quickly tune it. And I have all of that mapped over here. Yeah, this needs to be at plus 24. I keep forgetting to change that. And so how to save presets, let's go over that because I could fix my own right now. So I want this to always load up like this. So what I'm going to do is, once you've got your device, you can name it, and I use these exclamation points so that way I can keep particular ones at the top. And wherever you want to save it, I'm putting it in my user library in this folder. I would just go boom and drag it up there. It's going to do that. It's going to tell me it's already there. I want to overwrite that one. And now, every time I open this thing, it's going to have what I need. It should be exactly the way I want it. Okay. What else do I do for arranging workflow? That is, I'd say that's a pretty good run through. Going through and tuning sounds is a big one. Going through and taking out vocal hits and having them separate, organized by the people you've worked with. Any sounds you've designed that you want to keep up with. I don't keep my risers. I always make new ones. Yeah, I think for the moment that covers that. And if I come up with some more stuff, I'll make a 102 on this one. Thank you for checking out my stuff, and please like and subscribe. Thank you.